get some helpful hints for our DGP this week, which is week 3. Our sentences, I took my girl's hand in mine. This is actually a preview for our next type of reading that we are going to read because our unit is almost over and we always end our unit with a poetry unit. So, looking at our sentence, the first thing we need to do is identify our nouns. Nouns are person, places, or things or ideas, okay? So once you identify your noun, you need to decide, is it common, proper, possessive? So once you do that, a common noun is something that's not specific. Proper noun is something that is specific. For example, a common noun is like coffee. A proper noun is like Starbucks because it's more specific, saying where the coffee is coming from. And possessive shows ownership with an apostrophe s. Now, this first sentence doesn't have any punctuation, as you can see. So therefore, you have to decide, is something showing ownership? And then add that apostrophe in there on that Thursday. Okay? After you find your noun, look for your pronouns. Pronouns take the place of the noun. So instead of saying Jamie, you would say I. Or instead of saying him or her, or instead of saying like Tony, you would say him, okay? If I was saying Jamie's book, I would say it's my book, okay? So they take the place of our noun. So once you figure that out, you need to decide what type of pronoun is it. Is it subjective in the subject? Is it possessive, showing ownership, like mine, your, theirs, right? Those are showing ownership. Or is it objective, meaning it is after the predicate or after our verb in the predicate? Okay? After you do that, you need to figure out where's our verb. Then you have to decide, is our verb helping, linking, or action? And then you should tell me the tense. Is it in the past, the present, or the future? Because we need to know that about our sentences. Then, after you figure that out, figure out if there's an adverb. Adverbs describe verbs. So see if there's a word describing our verb. Adjectives describe our nouns, so we know there's nouns in our sentence to see if there's anything that's giving extra hints about our noun. For example, in our last week, okay, so we know we have nouns in our sentence, so we need to figure out, is there a word that describes our noun? For example, in our sentence last week, we said the red sweater. Red is describing our noun, which is our sweater. Articles are those little tiny words that are kind of like our fillers, the, an, or a. Prepositions are position words. Notice that the base word in preposition is position, so those are our position location words. So if you could fit it into the sentence, the squirrel rent blank the tree. Like, for example, the squirrel went under the tree, the squirrel went through the tree, the squirrel went around the tree. Those are all different types of prepositions that fit in the blank. And then conjunctions. And those are, if you have more than one sentence, and those are like for, and, nor, yet, or, but, so, because, unless. And then you have to decide, is it coordinating or subordinating? We have not gotten to interjections yet, so that shouldn't be anyone's answer yet. When there is an interjection, we will talk about it beforehand. All right, use these helpful hints to help you identify your parts this week.